Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I am back with another YouTube video. This is a prophetic word from the Lord. As always, anytime you hear a prophetic word from the Lord, you always want to take it back to the Lord to see if that word is for you. Again, anytime you hear a prophetic word, take it back to the Lord to see if that word is for you. So let's get started. So, the past couple of days, we have been talking about marriage. And so, the Lord, I had conversation with him last night, and I was just asking, like, Lord, I know you want many of your daughters to be in purpose, but out of everybody that is listening to me, I know some of these women have to be in purpose. What is taking these marriages so long? Like, we want to see some testimonies. And so the Lord said two words to me. He said, legal battle. Legal battle. And so the title of this video is Legal Battle: Why Many Marriages Are Being Delayed. Legal battle: why many marriages are being delayed. And so when we look at legal battle, I'm going to break a few things down here. When I think about legal battle, that comes from what you are thinking, what you are speaking, what you are doing, and what you are not doing. And what has just happened in your life. Okay. And so I want to give you guys the definition of legal and battle. Okay. And so legal, it is permitted by law. It is allowed. It is having a right. It is valid. It is authorized. Okay. And battle, that is a hostile encounter. It is the engagement between two forces, okay? It is conflict, it's struggle, it's an attack, it's an assault. It's where parties are clashing. Again, engagement between two opposing forces, okay? And so, once again, when I think about legal battle, I'm thinking about our thoughts, what we're speaking out, what our actions are, what our actions have not been, and even just things that may have happened in your life or on your bloodline. Okay, and so this could have been where a curse could be on your bloodline when it comes to marriage, and sacrifices have been made. Okay, and so when I also think about legal battle, I thought about the courts of heaven. I've heard many people talking about the courts of heaven where the enemy can basically present evidence against you to stop or delay what is due to you. Okay. And so I've heard people that will say this: the enemy, he can present this evidence, and then you can petition the courts to have these charges dismissed. And so at that point, that is where you are um winning your case and being able to receive what is overdue to you. Now, when I did my research, I could not find anything in the Bible that related to the courts of heaven. There's no evidence. If anybody have any evidence behind that, please share it in the comments. But again, I cannot find any evidence on the courts of heaven, but I've heard many people talking about this. Now, when we think about the story of Job, okay, the enemy was able to go and get permission from the Lord, okay, to test Job, to put Job through an extensive test when it came to his life. So I do know anything that happens in this world, it has to first go through God first. Okay. And so this is why we have to be careful what we're thinking about, what we're speaking, what we're doing, what we're not doing. We have to make sure that we are in covenant with God and praying and fasting and having a real relationship with God so he can reveal to us areas that we need to correct in our life, what he want us to do step by step, leading us and guiding us so we are continuing to make progress, so we are receiving the desires of our hearts, okay? Once again, everything has to go through God first, okay? And so to me, if there is something that someone is doing that is not right in the eyesight of God, that the enemy can use against them, I believe that the enemy can use that and take it to the Lord and say, here's the law. If this person is not doing this, it's in the Bible. I have rights to them in this area. I have rights to them in that area. And that goes back to what, again, what you're thinking, what you're speaking, what you're doing, what you haven't been doing. Again, what has happened in the past years over your bloodline. Okay, there are some people that have curses on their bloodline. A sacrifice was made, and God has called you to be the curse breaker. Okay, maybe when it comes to marriage. So for many of you guys, I need you to take a look at your family history. Take a look at what's going on in your family now. How many women are married in your family? Okay. Has God given you a marriage promise, but you don't see any marriages prior to you in your family? You don't see anything but divorce. God could very well be calling you to be the curse breaker in your family when it comes to marriage. Okay. Now, if this is going on again, there may very well be a curse that needs to be broken. And if there is a curse in place, this is something that could be holding your marriage up. Okay, somewhere in the bloodline with your ancestors, they may have made some type of sacrifice, and now the whole bloodline is under a curse when it comes to marriage. So, again, we're talking about a legal battle. Okay, there's a number of ways to look at this. So, my thing to you guys, if you really want this marriage, if God has really promised you that you are to have a marriage promise, you got to do your homework on this thing. You got to think about how you're speaking when you're thinking about yourself and you're saying, this marriage is not going to happen. This person is never going to get themselves together. I don't like the way I look. I don't think my spouse is going to like me. Okay. These are things that you're thinking that you are placing over your life as a curse. Okay, think about what you're speaking out and what you're thinking and what you're speaking out. Okay. And we're going to come back to this, but also what you're doing and what you're not doing. And those are your actions. That's going to boil down to the purpose. But again, you want to check and see if there is any type of curse on your bloodline. And if so, God could be calling you to be the curse breaker in your family when it comes to marriage. And this is part of your purpose. And this is why, once again, I'm constantly telling you guys, get into purpose, get before God so he can reveal to you. So he can reveal to you the plans that he has for you. So he can reveal to you step by step what to do. Okay. Step by step, guys. Like I said, I went to God last night asking God, and he told me as clear as day, there is a legal battle. There's a spiritual legal battle that's going on. And based on what you are doing, what you are not doing, based on what you are thinking about, what you're speaking, even based on things that have taken place in your bloodline, there's a legal battle. And the enemy, he has claims over what's due to you. Okay, now God is letting you know for a reason that you have power over the enemy to take this thing by force, okay, and overcome this and have the very promise that God has given you. But we got to get serious about this thing. We got to get serious about this thing if we really want the marriages, okay? So, guys, this is part one of legal battle why many marriages are being delayed. Please stay tuned for part two. This is your girl, Jennifer Land, the Crown Jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.